Don't stop it. Don't ever say it is the devil. Out of our lack of faith, our lack of belief, and the lack of understanding of how God actually works, we have so glorified the devil. We have so glorified our enemies, thereby making me feel like God does not actually have a hand in the journey of our life, making me feel like God no send us, like making me feel like God no rate us. And personally, I feel like even God will be frustrated at our unbelief, because it seems like we're just serving God and we actually do not know Him. We do not understand how He works. I understand how waiting can be. I understand how frustrating it can be for you to be waiting on a particular miracle, for you to be waiting to fulfill destiny, for you to be waiting on that good prophecy that you've heard 10, 20 years ago. I know how frustrating it can be. And then, as humans, we are quick to say, oh, it's the devil that is delaying the manifestation of this prophecy. Oh, it's my enemies. You see, the thing about prophecy is it could come, but it doesn't mean it will manifest immediately. It doesn't mean it will come to pass immediately. And because it is not happening, does not mean that God does not love you. Does not mean that the devil has taken the glory in your life. Does not mean that the devil is now the one in charge of your life and not God. Now look at the first time the prophecy about Jesus came out. Jesus was not born until about 700 years later. Now, anyone would have felt like, oh no, it's not going to happen. Anyone would have felt like, oh, it's not going to manifest. Oh, the devil has done this, the enemies has done. Look at the case of Joseph. Joseph had a dream. It was clear, it was obvious. But then only for him to be thrown into the well, only for him to be sold to slavery, only for him to end up as a slave in Potiphar's house, only for that same him to end up in the prison. Anyone could have been frustrated that, oh no, I saw it wrong. Oh no, that dream will not come to pass. But he was actually going through the path for the fulfillment of that dream. He was actually walking the right path for it to happen. So, because he was going through all of those problems, because he was going through all of those tribulations, does not mean that God did not have a hand in his life. It did not mean that it was the devil that was controlling his life and it was the devil that was making him go through all of those things he was going through. It is actually a path. You are on the right path. You see, when certain things happen in your life, I need you to have the mindset that, oh yes, it is part of the journey. Oh yes, I am supposed to go through all of this, to have the experiences, to gather the knowledge. Even Jesus Christ, when it was time for him to fulfill the assignment he came to her to do, which was to die for us, to die for our sins. When the pain was unbearable, when the pain became too much, and he called on God, God, if this cup could pass over me, but let your will be done. He later died or you die. Not because God was not with him, not because God was out of his life at that moment, not because God just did I don't care. No, it was because it is part of the journey. It is part of the agenda. The moment God now, imagine God now had mercy on him, and then, God just pitied him the way we humans can be. God just pitied him. Like, oh, no, 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 don't let him die again. His purpose for coming to earth will not be fulfilled anymore, and it's more like a waste of time. Now look at the glory that came after he went through all of the pain, after he died for us. So when you're going through certain things in your life, do not have that mindset that it is the devil. Do not have that mindset that it is your enemies. Understand that yes, this is part of the journey. Understand that you're on the right path. Understand that this is how it is supposed to go. Not you saying the devil has taken control. Oh, the devil has taken glory. And this is why we get to worry unnecessarily as humans, because we have this fear, we have this unbelief, we have this mindset. So please, anything you're going through, anything at all, they are all for us to gather knowledge. They are all for us to use on our journey. Whatever it is you are going through, please do not glorify the devil. Do not make God feel like you do not trust him. Because it seems like we're just serving God, but we do not know him. Do not make God feel like we do not trust him enough. So when anything is going on in happening, understand that, yes, I am on the right path. You see, when you have this mindset, even God will be happy with you because he feels like, oh yes, this is the level of faith in me that I need. So please, anything you're going through, it is God's will. And in no time, that prophecy will come to pass. In no time, that testimony will come. In no time, that miracle